Alright then, mate.
Hey Jack, what's up? I just started my stream. I'll just give you a minute to get yours going.
Yeah, I got mine going now.
Alright, cool.
If PlayStation doesn't want to be so slow, that would be great.
I know. Hopefully I don't have any issues today. I'm using a different internet, a new internet for the first time. I haven't tried it out even before, so hopefully no issues. Seems to be fine so far though.
Hopefully it should be all good.
It seems stable enough so far, so.
Just setting some stuff up a second. I think it should be all done now. Nope. We're just waiting for Rickaway.
Yeah, I just saw that in the Discord there. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's doing something.
Apparently hasn't updated. He couldn't have been on the game for a while.
I don't know, it has to be quite a long while, because I haven't been on my PS4 for like just over a week, and I didn't do any updates as yet.
Yes, I think we're just waiting on Rick and we're gonna get started by the looks of it.
We've got a pretty full grid, so I guess we should be going any second now, right? As soon as he's ready.
Well, I think Bartaby's still waiting for an invite as well.
Shouldn't take too long.
I think we'll have, well, that should be 19 on the grid then. It's quite a full lobby.
Ah, it's gonna be a good race then.
Yeah. You missed our interesting race last week.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to watch it as yet.
Yeah, it was 4 safety cars.
4 safety cars?
By the time the third one came around, I had no words, there was nothing to say about all the facts available for France. There's not many out there.
Oh man, it sounds like it was a good race. I gotta have a look at it, but I just haven't had the time as yet. I'm now settling down with everything here, so I got everything connected back up yesterday. Actually, last night. I set everything up just to get started from today and go on from here.
Yeah.
I apologize as well. I didn't even get a chance to tell you last week I wasn't going to be doing comms with you. I think I just put a general post out on Facebook that I'm not going to be streaming for a few days.
That's all good, mate.
Yeah.
Stuff happens anyway. I'm sure there's going to be a point where I'm going to have to not come at some point. Sure, the Saturdays is especially. Well, actually, maybe not so late. I'm not sure. I'm an idiot. That's all I know.
Hopefully we're not both out on the same day, so you know at least one of us is always around, at least for the Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite 9:15-ish start for me, so most of the time I'm home by then.
Yeah.
Once a year or something.
Yeah, it's still early for me. It's like 4:17 p.m. right now.
Oh. Who have we got? I think we've got everyone in now.
Yeah, I think he might be still copying. I'm not sure. But Rick isn't busy yet.
So waiting on. Oh, we're gonna have a full grid then tonight.
Yeah, I knew MX told
there
me
he
there
is.
was a full grid. Okay, there we go. So I guess we should be good to go there now. I think it's going to be quite interesting for Austria for a full grid.
Yep. Especially on that start going into turn 1, that's going to be quite a pile up, I can imagine.
Yep, because it's not too much of slowing down happening on that turn 1. So, and then we have the turn 3 with an uphill going up there. It's quite difficult sometimes to maintain traction on the rear end of the car.
Yep. I know most drivers, especially if they're using manual gears, will short shift a little bit just to keep the traction out of the corner.
Yeah, they do. Heck, I use outer gears and I still do it. It still works. I do it and it still works. It actually still helps to just short shift and just try to get out the corner as fast as you can without losing the rear end.
Yep. I would argue that it's probably the most tricky corner on this whole circuit. Apart from possibly the last turn, purely because of the track limits, but in case of traction and actual skill of trying to get the track right, I'd say the turn 3 is the most difficult on the track.
Yep.
So hopefully this all goes nice and cleanly. Because I'm pretty sure if there's an incident at Austria, there's a high chance of safety car.
Definitely there is. So let's see how this is going to go. I don't know what kind of weather conditions we'll be having as well. The guys, sure enough, they will let us know in the Discord at least how the weather is going to be for the race.
I expect most drivers are going to be hoping for a dry race. A wet race around Austria is not fun for a lot of people, especially in Sector 2. That's just not a fun place.
No, definitely not. I've driven Austria in the wet before. It is horrible. At least for me it is. Alright, so we begin qualifying 1 here for All-Stars Racing here at the Red Bull Ring. So it should be interesting. Let's see. All 20 drivers on grid. I love when we have a full grid. It's always so interesting.
You always know that there's going to be 5 out in Q1 and 2 as well. It kind of keeps it a lot more competitive, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Drivers trying to push themselves into Q2 and Q3.
So it's going to be a lot of competition amongst drivers. Oh, I see McLaren already getting out on track. So it's definitely going to be a lot of competition in terms of everyone trying to make the best lap time and get into the next session.
So in terms of on track, I know Shadow Moody followed by Milan, followed by a Renault. I expect that might be J Sarge. No, it's not. It's the other Renault. Who is the other Renault? Kenny.
Kenny, it's Kenny.
Shadow Moody for now, just until we get the first lap on the board.
I'm just following Kenny around a bit. Let's see what kind of lap times we're going to be seeing here. If I remember correctly, I think this is the shortest lap that you guys usually do on the calendar for the year here at Austria. It's not a pretty long lap, yeah. I think it's like just over a minute.
Yes, things like well, so a lot of the drivers in this will be pushing the 104s, very possibly the 103s. Those are insanely good lap times.
Yeah, we got Milan, we got Irish, we got the senior, we got Beer. We got a lot of drivers here, which we can expect to see some 103s probably by the time we get to Q3 at least. So I wouldn't count it out, and I would love to see that happen there as well.
Yep, I think we're going to see some mad quick lap times from these guys. A lot of fast drivers, as I've said before, in All Stars. Nice mix of fast and maybe not specifically slow, but like mid-tier, but the higher mid-tier, they just look slow because we have some extremely fast people in here, like we've mentioned. Milan, Beer.
I'm following Milan right now to see what kind of time he's about to put in on his first goal here at Austria. And we do have our sponsor watching as well, as they see him in chat there. Gaming Guru is watching, as I know he does sponsor the league, and the guys get a lot of prizes and stuff for these races. So it's a lot of fun. Does make it a little more interesting that they're competing for something down at the end of it. So does increase the excitement for us here as well, because you're going to see drivers pushing so much harder just to get. There we go.
It's already possibly see the 102s tonight. I retract my statement. That's insane, especially for Q1. You might expect that in Q3, but Q1, holy hell. That is...
Yeah. So definitely, I think Milan's going to be pushing that, and that's a pretty good 103. It's 103.2, so he's not far off, just 2/10 off of a 102 there right now, and I think he's going to be able to do it at least by the time we get into Q3.
Yep, I think for sure we might see 1, 2, maybe even 3 drivers pushing those 102s. Maybe the high 102s, but a 102s is still an extremely quick lap. The 103s are extremely quick.
We got quite a few 104s. I'm seeing some 105s now. So all of these I can't say these are bad lap times. It's actually pretty good for these 104s here as well. Going, I think most competitive lap times here are going to be the 104s or 105s, at least for this session maybe.
I think most, if not, well, most drivers I think will be pushing the 104s as their better lap times. A few of the fast drivers pushing the 103s, as we see Bia with a 103.5, 3/10 off Milan's time, but that should definitely be enough to keep them in Q1 for now.
Yeah, I think they're probably just going to just sit back and relax for the rest of the session here. No point really trying to get a better time at this point. They do know that they will have to just keep the rest of their tires for the next sessions, because they definitely will be making it in to Q2 here.
On board with Rick now, as he's about to set his first fast lap, just coming around sector 2, going into sector 3 now.
Oh, goes off.
Just touch the gravel and spin.
Oh, that's it.
Him out of Q1. He's going to be starting 20th on the grid, assuming everyone else can set laps.
Oh, that was pretty bad on his end there. Milan already tied from the session. He's pretty happy with his time. So that's going to be Rick out.
I think he might be returning just before the race then. So there's
yeah,
about
he
half
probably
an hour
will.
Between Q1 and the race, so I expect he might be going off and doing other things. Maybe going into time trial, get some better laps into the race.
Could potentially do that, because it does take quite a time to get all 3 qualifying sessions done, because usually on stream time it takes us just about an hour for Q1, 2 and 3, and then we have another hour for the race. So more than enough time to actually get some practice in before we get started with the race session here.
You see a few drivers already retiring from session happy with their laps. Milan at the top of the table, I think he's going to be untouchable for Q1. I don't see him putting him staying in the session, so he has retired. Bia may be looking to take P1 off Milan. He hasn't retired yet, as Bartleby also has. Just less than a 10th off of those 103 times. Bartleby looking very good for Austria. With Trem now, and every lap I've seen him do seems to have invalidated, so...
Yeah, I just noticed that as well.
Monkey Mafia and Jay Hartnell both on out laps. Jay Hartnell not having the best of luck recently. I've seen him spin out in quite a few races, but he'll be looking to redeem himself, keep himself on the track tonight. Hopefully get a good high points finish. I know he is a very clean and very consistent driver. So if he can just keep himself out of incidents, keep himself on the track, I think he might do quite well. Speaking of Jay Hartnell, just rounding off our last corner, coming onto the start-finish straight now to start his first lap.
Getting on board with him right now.
Cutting that first corner quite a lot, but you can do that. You want to make sure you don't cut it enough to the point where it invalidates your lap. Jay seems to carry quite a lot of speed through the first turn. And
yeah, he actually did. I was on the overhead cam with him as he went through that first corner. Actually was pretty fast. I'm on board with him right now as he goes around for his lap. Seems to be doing pretty well.
Going into turn 4, seems to do alright. Getting on that power as early as possible, doesn't really want to be losing time. Really wants to just cement his place in the top 15.
Oh, and he invalidates.
That seemed like a bit of a weird invalidation, didn't it?
Yeah, that corner is a little bit tricky. It depends on how much of the car actually goes over the side of the track there. But there is a portion of the track there to use, but you just got to be careful on how much of it you actually use. Because if the two wheels on the inside do touch it, I think that's why you invalidate. I'm not sure.
Yep, I think he has gone for another round. I think he luckily kept enough fuel in the car to go again. His monkey map is just about to set his first lap, and he goes 50, he goes to 106.3. He's going to want to watch out his.
He's gonna. I think he needs a 105, a low 105 at least to keep himself in the session right now.
Yep. Designo invalidating his lap.
Following Irish right now. I'm quite sure he's gonna be making an excellent time, but he just needs a really good lap to do it. He's on an out lap right now.
I'm following Jay Hartnell. I think he's going to be setting another lap now, or his first, because he invalidated the last one. Keeping off those curbs through the section where he did invalidate last time. United couldn't seem to set a purple sector 2, but the game doesn't like to be truthful with purple sectors.
No, it does not, so let's see. I'm still on board with Irish. Let's see what he's about to do here. Does go through turn 1 pretty fast as well.
And Jay Hartnell goes 11th with the 104.7. That's quite a good lap time. The slowest of the 104s, but almost a full second ahead of Doiju, who was the first 105, so I think he's looking quite good for Q1. I think he might make it through. Both Red Bulls of Irish Nupotato and Trem are on track now. So we know Irish Nupotato, one of the faster drivers in the league. I expect he'll be pushing the 103s. Very low 104s at the very least. Not to put too much pressure on him. Irish just coming across the line now, goes very wide on the exit of the last corner. Goes through with a 103.6.
Not bad, I would say, for trying to, at least he got a 103, so definitely knows he's making it into Q2 there now. So still, let's see, we got Desinio and Trem still yet to make some lap times here, and we know Rick is out. Didn't get to set any timers yet. I think Trem is on a lap.
Come across the line, he goes 16 to 105.6.
Oh.
I'm not sure if he has enough fuel to set another lap.
That's a bad one, Joan.
Come out on fresh tyres and set a new time. Desinio is still in the pits, possibly waiting to the very last second now.
He might be doing that, I'm not sure. So we still got Trem, Ace, Monkey Mafia, and Desinio. They gotta try and get out of the zones that they're in right now. It's gonna be all the way up to CB, making it to Q2 if it does stay the way it is. Quite sure Desinio will get out pretty soon though to make a time there.
He's just Shadow Moody just coming across the line. He improves by one position with a 104.737, breaking those 104s quite nicely, I've got to admit. I expect he'll be on an in-lap now, possibly. But is anyone else on a fast lap? I think CB Gaming, no, he is invalidated. Not sure if he's going to go for another one, it looks like it. Trem also going sets another lap. 105.3. That knocks CB down.
So he's up into 15th. That's the very last spot to make it over to Q2. So it's still not a safe zone for him because we still have drivers out trying to make time. So he's gonna want to try at least to get a better time than that.
Yep, so we see the Senior on his outlap now, just letting a few drivers past.
Yeah, I just noticed him there as well. Want to see what kind of time he's about to make. He's pretty fast on track as well.
Yep. Let's see how it goes. He's the last driver to actually set qualifying lap time in Q1. Beer is also back out. He has him for day, so he might be looking to chase down Milan's P1. We'll have to see how that one goes. Continuing very, very slow on his lap, just allowing a few cars past, looking to maybe build himself up a little bit of a gap between here to get his qualifying lap done. There is a Mercedes behind, I'm not sure who it is. I think that's Deutsche. Yep, he's the only Mercedes still in session. The senior just come up to finish his out lap now, get on to a fast lap. He has a nice bit of a gap ahead, so hopefully he shouldn't be catching up too much, getting that dirty air. It's a yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure why it doesn't seem to be that anyone's crash got called over. There's no one even in sector 3.
Not sure this game still has a lot of bugs, so a lot of stuff just happened. We're still not sure why. So we just gotta try and hope that things works out pretty well here. So let's see, following on board with Desinio now. I want to see what kind of time he's going to be making.
Using up all our inside curb into turn 4, not touching the outside curb on the exit. Quite nice to see because our outside curb can slow you down quite a bit, and it can also contribute to tyre wear, which isn't too much of an issue in Q1, but coming to the race you want to try and maybe avoid the curbs as much as you can. As he goes purple in sector 2. Not sure if that's true or not, but if it is, he's looking quite good for a 103 time. And of course, last corner keeps it quite clean, nice to not invalidate as well. He breaks the 103, splitting Milan and Pierre. Very good lap time, 103.3. Very, very close to Milan.
That was an excellent time. So that pushes Trem out of the top 15 now. So you got Trem, Doiji, CB, and Monkey Mafia in position to get knocked out of this next session coming up.
Yep, Ace, the driver risk right now. Moody, Shadow Moody has retired from the session, so if more than two drivers improve in the bottom 15, he's going to be looking at getting out in Q1.
Definitely will.
So that's not looking too good for him, but he should be fairly confident that he's going to make it through, I would have thought, having retired so early on.
I think probably he's just hoping he makes it through here.
Yep. I'd say everyone from 11th upwards should be safe. Well, yeah. Everyone from 11th upwards is confirmed safe. So Sadistic King is the very last driver to not even have to think about coming out for another lap at all, because no matter how many people improve, he's going to stay in the top 15.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, bit of a pile up in the pits there, I think. So someone get held up. As Doiji and CB both coming out on new outlaps, trying to push into that top 15. Jord also coming out, maybe trying to just seal himself into that top 15, improve his time a little bit, and make sure he doesn't get knocked down.
They're definitely going to have to hope for a really good lap, and that's CB. What happened to him? I just noticed he got off track a bit there.
Was he letting another car? He shouldn't have let another car pass, because no one's on a path. I mean, there's no car near him.
He doesn't have any damage or anything. I'm not sure what happened, but he's going. He's good. He should be good to go there.
Is he going to be the first driver on the lineup? Ooh, Beer's looking to improve his lap, actually.
Yeah, I noticed Beer came on back as well. I'm not sure what he's trying to improve. Maybe just have something to prove to Milan here.
Yep, proving that he can just go faster. I know Milan and Beer have a bit of a kind of a love-hate relationship. They're really, well, they seem to be good friends off track. In a few leagues I raced with them in. And I think just on track they always just want to be pushing each other to be first, which, to be honest, I think that's quite a good thing, really. You're pushing each other to be faster, and over time that is going to cause you to pick up the pace a bit.
Yeah, and it does, provide us with some, entertainment in terms of racing between the two of them because they're always racing each other in races, so it's a lot of fun to watch.
Ooh, Beer backing out of his lap. Not sure what happened there. As we see CB Gaming
Off track, and I think he broke his wing. Yeah, he's on my screen, he broke his wing, so that means he's not going to be making another lap here.
When I went on to him, it seemed to be that his wheel popped off, but luckily for him it didn't. He still has his time valid. Unfortunately, by the looks of it, I think he will be out in Q1.
I think so as well.
Validated, but he should get to the line in time to start another lap.
Still got about 35 seconds to go.
Yep, Ace looking quite good in 14th. George possibly just about making it through. We'll have to see where Doiji places his time. You see, yep, CB Gaming coming into the pits, probably quite frustrated with this spin.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice Monkey Mafia is also on a fast lap, so he's going to be looking to improve.
Yeah, we got Doiji and Monkey Mafia going here, so I think that's going to be the end of qualifying with these two going. I don't know about Beer as yet. He's just trying to improve on that 103.5. Let's see if he's going to be doing it or not. Oh, and Doiji invalidates, so that's it for him.
Yep, just Monkey Mafia to come around now, and then we're just waiting on Trem to retire from session in the pits now.
And then we just get straight on to qualifying 2 here. I'm still gonna give Monkey Mafia a chance here to see what kind of time he can put in before we do call out our top 15 for qualifying, going to qualifying 2.
Yep.
I think he's about to come online.
Doesn't want to push too wide to invalidate. He gets on the jobs. Is he going to be able to make it out of the top 15?
No! No, so close. That was actually pretty close, but didn't get to make it. So top 15 going on to Q2 there now. But still a good try from him though.
George, very lucky to have got through there.
Yeah, so see, we got Milan, Decinio, Beer, Irish, Badby, Sarge, Kenny, Slayer, MX, Sadistic, Gingy, Jay, Shadow, Moody, Ace, and
George has been taken out of the session for some reason.
I'm not sure what happened there. I just noticed that as well.
I think it's because Rick DNF, because he crashed out. I think it takes another person down.
Yeah, I think that's what happened here for real. Yeah.
Oh no, I think George must have DNF too, because if you see he has a 104.6 Prix.
Oh yeah, he did DNF the session. So I don't think he got, yeah.
As well.
I think if you do make a lap, then you have to be able to get back into the pits for it to actually count and take you through to the next session, even if the time is pretty fast. So I don't think he made it back to the pits. Probably crashed out before. So I'm assuming that's what happened. It's happened to me before on a career mode session.
A few times now in league races.
Yeah, okay, so we got 14 drivers over to Q2. We begin our 15 minutes. So let's see what these guys are going to do here now. So this is the session that they're going to be using to determine what tires they usually will be starting the race on, at least who make it over to Q3. So they're going to be a little bit careful about strategy here. Because we're going to see a mix now. Guys are going to be doing laps on mediums, guys are going to be doing laps on softs, and try to see what best is working for them, especially depending on what they want to start this racing. Got quite a few cars getting out right now. McLaren out in front again. I think that's Decinio. Yes, it is.
Bartleby's out in front on the medium tires, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yes.
The Williams, then followed by, I think that might be Milan. Some drivers like to slow down a little bit, they just don't want to be the first person to set laps, they know the pressure's on.
Yep, I do see Badby all the way out in front right now. So he's going to try actually go for it first. He does want that clean air. He is getting away from everyone else. So let's see what the Williams driver is going to do here today for Q2. I think he should be able to set a pretty good time. So I think the safe zone is probably going to be the 104s on this session here right now.
Yeah, but no pause. Maybe if you're on the, if a few people are on the mediums, possibly the 105s, but I think 104s and then 103s for the fast driver that really want you where you want to be at for this session, just to ensure that you're through to the final qualifying session. Obviously then, in Q3 we're going to see some really fast laps, I think.
Yeah, I think definitely we'll be able to see at least maybe one or two 102s here. Or maybe 3, I'm not sure. We're going to have a look and see how this goes. But we do have some pretty fast drivers in this league, so I wouldn't put it past them, because we expected to see the 103s in qualifying 3, and we already have seen multiple 103s in Q1. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Let's see what Batterby is doing here.
By the looks of it, I think Ace just about blocked Batterby going into turn 3 there. I'm not quite sure if that's going to mess up his lap or not. Being on the medium tires, he's going to want to set as little laps as possible, try and keep those as fresh as he can for the race. I'm not sure if that's looking too good for him. We'll see his lap time either way. I don't think he's backed out of the lap. He seems to keep going. He has a purple sector 1, but that's sector 2, sorry, but that's expected. He's going to be the first one to set a lap.
Yeah, he is the first one going. So let's see. He's in sector 3 now, running. Final turn to go. And let's see what he gets.
Keeps it clean.
Nope.
And he sets a 105 flat. Not too bad for the medium tires.
Yeah, not too bad for mediums.
103. Almost the 102s on those softs. That is one hell of a fast lap time.
Alright, so that's a pretty good lap time from him. So he's definitely going to be sticking with that. Oh, there's a 104 from Desinho on mediums. Not bad. I gotta say, I'll be pretty impressed if I see a 103 here on the mediums, which I wouldn't put it past some of these guys. They probably can do it, but let's see how close we're getting to the 103s on the mediums, because a 104.5 is not bad.
Not too far off, just about half a second, maybe a little bit more. I think, especially from the likes of Biersa or Irish New Potato, maybe even Batterby if he can improve stuff. I think we might possibly see a 104 on those mediums. No, 104, sorry, 103.
Yeah, that is possible. I'm following Ace right now. Let's see what he's going to be doing today. Did message me earlier today, a good friend of mine. He always likes to find out how I'm doing, especially if he hasn't heard from me in a while.
Yeah. So it's always good to see a bit of a camaraderie with all, not even just the drivers, but everyone who helps to run the league. It's always nice to know that someone kind of has your back.
Yeah, it is actually pretty nice. You know, a lot of guys around, so, and with everyone being from a different part of the world here, it's a lot of you know, fun to talk to these guys. Oh, and Ace validates.
Mumbo with Kenny now. I think he's the only one that's out on a fast lap on the soft tires. He seems to have put in sector 2. I'm not sure if that's true or not. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a purple sector 2. He just did a purple sector 2. Let's see how the sector 3 is gonna go. He should be doing a pretty good time, maybe a pretty good 104 here.
Have a look, he jumps up to second.
103.
Very good lap time from Kenny.
Not bad.
I don't think I expected that from him looking at his Q1 performance. Very good lap time. I think next one up is the other Renault of J Sarge. So let's jump with him on the corner where Albon and Hamilton came together in, well, the start of this season now.
Alright, so let's see what Sarge is gonna do. He's a pretty good driver as far as I know. I've seen him race in a lot of different leagues before. Purple sector 2 as well here. Milan already retired. He's happy.
He's happy with his lap. To be honest, I think he's pretty much untouchable again. Oh, J Sarge just invalidated that last corner. Very tricky corner to get right. So I think Irish New Potato should be next one.
And it was gonna be a 103.8. That would have been a pretty good lap.
That would have, I think, sealed him in.
Yep.
Q1, quite possibly.
Oh, he's gonna have to go again on that one. I'm following with Gingy right now.
Yep, Gingy in the bright pink Racing Point. They're going to be changing to Aston Martin next year. I wonder if they'll retain any of the pink, or if they're going to go straight up with the British Racing Green. So that's
I wouldn't mind seeing the green. I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing a lot of green. Oh, not too bad.
Off, 104 from Ginge.
That's actually pretty close to the 104, so yeah. On mediums, that's actually pretty good.
Both MX and J Sarge have invalidated their lap, so Irish Potatoes up next. I think he must have invalidated his last lap, possibly on the last corner. Gingy getting out of the way from him quite nicely there. A little bit squirrely on the exit of turn 3, as expected from a lot of drivers there. Especially if you're running no traction control, you really got to be light on the throttle. A little bit too much power and your back end just starts to go. I think that's the most common place to see a DNF, to be honest. If you spin and hit that wall too hard, your tyre is just gone.
Yeah, that is true. I'm following Irish right now, see what he's going to be doing here. Oh, that's a purple sector 1 and 2 so far for him. I wonder if he's going to be able to beat Milan's time here. Because he's running on softs here as well. Oh, and he invalidates.
Oh, he has invalidated again. So, Biasa is out. Kenny also returned from the session. He seems to be pretty safe with his 103. Almost a second clear of Designo. Obviously, Designo being on the mediums, you would expect him to have a little bit of a slower lap time than the guys on the softs. Bia coming towards the last corner now. Oh, I think that was on the border of invalidation. Loses that back end just a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that car going. Oh, 104.2.
104.2. I think maybe without that mistake, he would have been very close to the 103s.
I think it would have been at least a 103.8, maybe. Or 103.7, close to Kenny at least there. That was a pretty good lap he was on there. But it was actually pretty clear on my screen on the overhead. That car just went. I almost lost it totally there on him. Luckily, he was able to finish the lap without invalidating it, so that's pretty good for him. As I think he's pretty safe there with a 104.2.
He has to J Hart. Sector 1 and 2, I think I'm being a bit colorblind today. Maybe I think I get like painting out and stuff a little bit.
I think
very well not to validate.
And goes P5, 104.7, not bad.
I think he should be safe from there by the looks of it, but then we do have, I think that's 4 drivers yet to settle that, one of them being Irish New Potato, obviously quite an infamous driver. He is very, very quick on a lot of tracks. So,
I think he's just having some trouble in qualifying here today because he did take some time to actually get a complete lap in without invalidating in Q1. So we got 6 minutes left. He has enough time. I think he's getting back out. Yeah, he is getting back out right now to go another out lap. So I think we are going to expect a pretty good time for him. Maybe the 103s as well. But he is trying to do it on the medium. So, but this is Irish New Potato we're talking about. He can actually pull off a 103 on medium. So let's see how well he's going to do. I got MX right now with a purple sector 1 and going.
2. Seems to be carrying a lot of speed into turn 4. Keeps it going quite nicely on the exit, not touching any of the curbs. Using all that curb on the entry into turn 5. A lot on the exit too. You can use quite a lot. You want to make sure your right wheel doesn't hit the grass and he invalidates. Unfortunately, that's him for this lap. Maybe he's going to back out. I'm not sure if he has enough fuel to go for another lap. As Jay Sarge just approaching, well, just starting his fast lap now.
No, following on board with him right now as well. I'm going to wait on for Irish to start his lap and then have a look. In the meanwhile, Jay Sarge finishes his lap here and let's see what he's going to be doing.
I'll see the Jay Sarge comes. I have to admit his helmet reminds me a lot of Esteban Ocon's helmet. The black with the red kind of almost looks like a ripped effect on Jay Sarge's helmet. On Ocon's just a little bit more like clean lines, but still very similar colour scheme, and considering they're both in Renaults, bit of a coincidence I think. Just coming towards the last few corners now. There's a lot of curb on the entry. Doesn't invalidate, which is always nice to see. Quite wide on the exit of the last corner. Sinew splits up the top 2 as Jay Sarge then pushes Kenny down another. That's 2 more drivers in the 103s.
That is pretty interesting for qualifying 2 here today. A lot of 103s. I wasn't expecting so much. But you know, I think Milan might have some competition on this track here. But let's see what these guys are going to be able to do.
Coming into the pits, and Irish New Potato also involved there. I think he's coming into the pits too. So it's just Sadistic King now to settle that. He's just started his fast lap, bringing a lot of speed into turn 1. I think that was. Yep. Really want to be flying up turn 2, which a lot of people don't really want to call this a corner because it's more of a straight down corner. It says purple sector 1 by the looks of it.
Yeah, he
a
does.
lot of speed out of turn 3. Seemed to hit that quite nice. He didn't lose his rear end at all. approaching turn 4, braking in between, well, a lot of drivers, but about 75 meters away from the corner, hitting the apex quite nicely. Using up a little bit of the curb on the entry to the next one. And on the exit, I think every driver used up the curb, going purple in sector 2. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but he's en route to go for a low 103, I think.
Let's see, it might be pretty close here.
He's going to invalidate on the last corner. No, he doesn't. He's going to keep that clean. Is he going to hit the 103s?
Oh, he does. A high 103, but still, he does make it into the 103s here.
Very good lap, although, well, there's 2 drivers left. I'm not sure if anyone's going to try and improve. You might want to watch out. He wants to stick it on our top 10. 6th place might be safe, but I think it might be quite close when it comes to the end of the session, so we'll have to keep our eye on him.
We got Irish coming out back again. Hopefully he's able to make a lap time on this occasion, because he's about to run out of time here.
Yep, same with MX. They're both really going to need to get laps in now, otherwise they're not going to be able to set laps, and I think, especially for Irish Noob 2, on both of them, quite quick drivers, it's going to be disappointing for them to be out in Q2.
Yep, and some news from our sponsor Gaming Guru here. He just been given information. He is going to be giving out a prize for driver of the day for this race today, so that's going to be an exciting addition to it. Let's see, I'm not sure who's going to be on for driver of the day here today, but I want to see what the full starting grade is going to be like. At least we'll know who's starting now in the back. They're going to be making their way up, gaining some positions and doing a lot of overtakes at least to get it.
That would be, this is Gingy return from the session in 5th place. He seems to be quite happy with his 103.939. Very close between 5th and 6th, I must admit. I think most are 600ths of a second separating them. And with MX, he's just coming around a turn, well, he's just gone around turn 3, approaching turn 4.
I think Irish is just behind him coming, so we'll get to see what Irish puts in. Hopefully doesn't invalidate on this occasion. I got MX coming to the end of sector 2.
Knock them both out of Q2 if either one of them invalidated.
Alright, so that's a purple sector 2 from MX. Not sure if Irish took that away.
Using a lot of curve on the entry, trying to carry as much speed through the corner, doing quite well to keep it clean, no invalidation. His first lap is going to be...
Oh, 9th, 104.2.
104.2. Irish New Potato.
And he goes second.
With a 103.359.
I think we expected that at least, yeah. So that pushes MX down into 10th, which I'm not sure if that's a good zone to be in right now.
But
because
he's just coming across the line. Is he going to be able to get himself into Q3? No, he can't. He runs out of fuel just before the line.
Oh, that's going to be so frustrating. I got shot him.
Going towards the line now.
Oh, he improves, but not by much. Still in the 105s.
Not able to move up past 14th, unfortunately. Shadow Moody's starting in a fast lap. But Jay Harnell also on a fast lap. He's going to be looking to improve, maybe try and knock MX down. Not sure if MX on another fast lap or if he's on an in lap now.
I want to see if Jay Hartnell is going to be able to get something done here. He usually is a guy that usually does stuff like this. So on the last occasion here, he might be able to do a better lap. He just has to beat a 104.2 here right now.
Yeah, carrying a lot of speed into the last few turns. He's going to invalidate on this last turn. I know it's going to be quite tricky. He does, and he's going to keep it clean. Gets on that DRS as soon as possible.
Oh, and he gets it.
He jumps up to 9th to 104.2, knocking MX out. He's not going to have enough time to set another lap, and neither is Bia, who is right on the drop zone. So if Shadow Moody can get out of the top 10, get into the top 10, sorry, that's going to knock Bia down a place.
And might not be that easy how he's running on medium. You know, I said we talked about it before that, you know, the 104s might be the safe zone for Q2, but it seems that it's not. It's the 103s right now. If you do want to make it over to Q3, you gotta just stay in that part in terms of track time here.
Yep. I think that's us done. No one else can come out and set up. We're just waiting on Slayer and Irish Noob to retire from pits. Unfortunately, Bartleby, Shadow Moody and Ace Oh, and MX, sorry, all going to be out of the session. Well,
Alright.
out of Q3.
Well, I guess they're just gonna have to work their way up the field and try to get the prize for that driver of the day if they can do it. Beer definitely is gonna be trying for the MX. I know we'll be pushing it for it as well. So let's see how Q3 is gonna do. I don't know what to say about what lap times we're expecting. I think it's gonna be all 103s. I think a safe zone if you want to try and start on the front grid is definitely gonna have to be a 102. It's going to have to be a pretty good 102 here, which is some pretty exciting lap times we're seeing. So Beer does make it over to Q3. He makes a cut, barely. So it's Milan, Irish, the senior, yeah.
Starting on mediums as well in the top 10.
That's going to be a little bit interesting to watch here. So that's going to be, let's see, everyone else will be starting on a different strategy here and probably doing a two-stop. Maybe we're going to just be doing a one-stop here. Not sure. I haven't checked if we're having a wet race or a dry race as yet. I saw someone say something about wet in the Discord. I haven't looked back as yet. I'm not sure if the race is going to be wet.
I think a wet race would really screw with a lot of the drivers, but then we did see a lot of drivers switch from going on the mediums to going on the softs. I expected to see a few more mediums at the start of the race, so maybe it is a wet race, maybe a wet start to the race, so
it might be.
Doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, in that case, putting tire strategies aside, it's just going to be whatever tires they have to start, and they're going to have to do it on that. In terms of top three, Jack, who are we looking at here right now? I know definitely we're looking at Milan, and I'm thinking, I guess it's going to be Irish, and I'm not sure who else will be put for top three drivers for this session.
I'm thinking Milan, Irish, and Beer. But I think Desinho and Kenny are both going to give them a really good run for the money. I honestly think it could be anyone.
Yeah, no, I think even Sadistic can even get into on that, but I think Desinho and Kenny, between Desinho, Kenny, and I think maybe Sadistic, I think a lot of these guys are just gonna try and push it and get as close to their lap times as they can. But it's been interesting for qualifying so far, I gotta say, provided I haven't seen any league racing for an entire week. It's a lot of excitement for me right now. It's a lot of fun as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see lap times we're gonna be seeing on this session here. So let's see who is running right now. Hopefully Irish doesn't have trouble setting a lap time on this occasion, because he only has just under 11 minutes left to do this. It's gonna be a pretty short session.
I think Beer is running up front, followed by Milan. I think that might be a Renault behind. No, it's a Haas. So that must be Jay Hartley. He's the only Haas through, I think. You see Beerson now getting on the throttle into the later stages of the lap, of his outlap. Now starting the first fast lap of Q3. Is he going to be able to break the 102s at the start? Or is he going to stick it in the 103s? I'm quite confident that he will be able to set a 103.
I think the aim is right now for this session in Q3, it's going to be for the 102s, but I think the 103 is an easy bet right now for them. For majority of these guys, maybe everyone should be able to make a 103 on this session, or at least that's going to be the aim for most drivers. But I think for our top guys, they're going to try and get the 102s here, because they're going to want the best start here at Austria today, because the way this track is, starting out front, it is going to be a little bit of an advantage to them there as well, trying to avoid a little pile-up into turn one at least.
Especially on Austria, there's such a short run from P1 to turn 1 that I think getting even just the first row, getting a pole or even second place is very good really, because it's not long to get into turn 1 and you can really get on that power up straight. Then alternatively, if you're coming from the back, assuming you don't have to brake too early for other cars, you've already got the speed going into turn 1, so I think it's going to be interesting to see as Beard goes a 103.1 for the first lap, Irish Potato 103.5, the Slayer 104 flat, almost the 103s. See a lot of lap time starting to come through now. Did Milan back off? Because he looked to have been second to Sal.
Oh, he lost his front wing. I'm not sure what happened to Milan here. I just switched his car. He lost his entire front wing, so he's not going to be making a lap time here. He's into the pits. Sarge is into the pits.
Was there contact between those two? I think that might result in someone having a 5 grid place.
I'm not sure what happened, but it would be a 5 grid place penalty for the race, which is not going to be going too well if that's what happened here, because they did both go in back into the pits, so I'm not sure. I got this senior coming back into the pits as well.
Just coming back out now.
He has no damage though. He's not coming back out. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, I don't think he's been out. No, he's now coming out. I think Sadistic is still in the pits.
I think this game has another glitch. Apparently, Desinho is now in the hat of Jay Hartnell. So I'm spectating Desinho, but Jay's on my screen. Every time I look back, it switches to Jay. Very weird glitch.
I don't know when they're gonna fix these issues, but it still continues to happen. So just under 8 minutes to go. We're yet to see some 102s, but I think we're definitely should be seeing them because Milan is still yet to settle time. Beer is gonna try and come back and settle another time. Irish is gonna come back. I think everyone's gonna be coming out back again and trying as much as they can to get the best lap time in here for as good of a start as they can get here at Austria.
The top 10, especially in All Stars, is very, very competitive. But I think, like I said, I think it's almost anyone's for the taking. To be honest, that pole position's up for anyone to get, assuming they can just string together a really good, clean lap. I think most, if not all, of these drivers could potentially hit the 102s, or at the very least the low 103s. See Desinho just coming up to the run-up block, going through turn 2, onto turn 3, braking, I think that was the 100-meter board, roughly. Reluctant to get on the power, keeps his rear end nice and straight. Don't really want to be losing the rear end there, it's going to cost you a lot of time. We do see Milan coming out on an out lap. Same with Irishman, Potato and Kenny, both looking to improve their times, possibly try and push for that pole position. Can Desinho keep his lap clean is the real question. He seems to be doing alright at this so far, just giving the odd brush of the curb on the apex, looking to carry a lot of speed. I think he's definitely one of the contenders, the top 3 grid places.
I think so. Hopefully a 103 is about to come out of this here, as I didn't see a proper sector 2, so maybe 103. It is a 103.8. I had a feeling about at least a high 103 he will be able to do. I think the sector 2 time wasn't too well for him. Probably messed up just a little bit, but still not bad at 103.8. But let's see what they're going to be doing.
But Kenny's come across the line. Is he going to be able to improve? No, he doesn't. Oh wait, no, I think that was just him finishing up his outlap, sorry.
Oh, and Milan invalidated.
Not looking too good for Milan in Q3. He absolutely dominated Q1 and Q2, but Q3 just doesn't seem to be able to string the lap together.
He's going to have to try and do something.
Sure.
Not sure, because these guys are pretty close to his lap times here. Beer and Irish and Kenny and Desinho, they're all getting pretty close to his lap time, so not sure how this is going. He's on another lap now. Definitely on another lap here going. And he lost it.
He hasn't hit his wing, but I don't think he's going to have enough fuel to get around. He wants to get around quick, get into that pit, and get out of the pits as soon as possible. He really needs to be setting a time there. Especially for how fast he is. I think having a really fast driver at the back of the grid is quite dangerous, because fast cars and slow cars do not cause a good mixture.
No, it does not, because there definitely is going to be some late braking and early braking happening into turn 1, and you never know who's going to do a late brake or early brake on you, and you're just going to end up into the back of someone's car, lose your entire front wing, and that's going to be a race over right there, because you don't want to have to pit on lap 2. And then, you know, if there's a safety car, probably would just help you out maybe a little bit, but still, you really want to avoid having to do that.
Yep. I think, although Austria is one of those tracks, I think if there's a DNF, there's a very, very high chance of it causing a safety car, because the walls on a lot of these sections are quite close to the track. And if you're going in with enough speed to break the wheel, it's very high possibility that you're going to bounce back on track.
And with the way Austria is, you definitely the amount of speed you're carrying around this track, even going around turns, if you do get a little bit off the turn and go into a barrier, you're definitely breaking off your entire suspension, because it's such a fast track that you're really not going slow at any point here. For most of these turns, at least I would say, it's pretty fast through them.
Yep. I'm not sure what the average speed is for Austria, but I want to say it's around about 110 miles an hour. I think that's about 260 kilometers an hour, I think.
I think about 260, 270 around there somewhere should be the average speed around here.
Yep. Very, very fast circuit, which explains the very quick lap times. G-Sar's just going to come across the line for his first fast lap. Where's he going to place himself? He goes third with a 103.6. Very good lap time from G-Sarge there.
Not bad at all. I guess statistic on his out lap here as well. He's going to be beginning his hot lap here pretty soon. I think this is going to be a pretty exciting race this afternoon here, Jack. For well, good even this evening for you guys. It's just afternoon for me, so I'm just used to saying it. Honestly, yeah. I think Milan is coming out back again, so it's going to be exciting to see if he's actually going to be able to make a time. This is going to be his last chance to do it, as we're coming down to the end of qualifying 3, and it's going to be the end of our qualifying sessions here, so he definitely has to make a lap time here. We know he usually works his way up the field, even if he's going to be starting down in 10th or 9th, it doesn't matter for him, but still, it's such a dangerous spot to be starting the race in. Especially with the way turn 1 is. A lot of cars are going to be going wide, and you know, some cars might be spinning around. I'm not sure what's going to happen as yet, but it's going to be pretty interesting to watch. We're going to try to catch on the overhead view as much of the carnage as we can. We're going through turn 1, but you know, we have a full grid of 20 cars, so it's going to be a little bit interesting to try and catch all of it and keep out with the action out in front to see what's going to be happening.
I think especially the turn 1. So I think it's not just these slow cars going into turn 1, but you also want to watch for the exits. If people are getting on the power too early, they're going to spin, and that's going to cause a lot of collisions with the car so closely bunched up. So I don't think the car is going to have enough time. Statistic King going 7 with the 104.1, not quite able to break the 103s. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to go out for another lap. I think he is. We have seen him break the 103, so I think he should be able to bump himself up a little bit higher. See a lot of drivers coming out for outlaps now, as Milan is finally on his flying lap. Is this the time he's going to be able to set a time? He was purple in sector 1. Keeps it clean out of turn 3, a little bit hesitant on the throttle I think, but just making sure he can set that lap.
He has Kenny coming behind him, setting a hot lap as well, but Kenny had a little bit of a mistake going through turn 1, lost the rear end just a little bit, and had to adjust steering for that. So I think something has happened to Milan.
Backing out of his lap.
Oh,
maybe I think maybe he has a bit too much fuel, so he's going to wait and just set one really, really fast lap with absolutely minimal fuel going into that last lap possibly. Obviously, running low fuel means he's going to be lighter, especially on this track. Being a light car is really, really good because you've got a lot of downhill sections. Well, actually, you've got a lot of uphill sections, sorry. And the weight in the car is going to stop the acceleration at a certain point, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few cars under fuel for the race today.
Yeah, so that was just a 109 for him. So he's now going to go on a lap, and I'm not sure what's going to happen here with Beer having a 103.1. What is Milan going to have to do to get pole position for the start of this race? He's definitely going to have to try and push it as close as possible to that 102. And he just does a purple sector 1, and we're going to follow him through the rest of the lap, and let's see what he's going to do.
He's going to be hoping, he's going to be begging on his life not to involve it now, because he is definitely one of the drivers in contention for the top spot. You really want to get pole position. You're getting pole position at any track is such an advantage, but especially here, you really want to get pole position, because second, it places you on the inside unless you get an amazing start and can get past first before the first corner. You really do want to be on the inside. The outside line is definitely the better line into turn 1. There's Bisa very close to breaking the 102s.
Milan just did purple sector 1 and 2. Let's see what he's going to do as he come across the line.
Is he going to break the one of his...
He does it!
2.8!
That is insane. Okay, so definitely we have a good race having here today. That was not bad. 2/10 off of Beer's time. So excellent lap from Milan. A 102.8 is going to be the only 102 for the qualifying session here. Because I think that's going to be it for now. Because Beer is not going to be able to do on the lap. Irish is still on an out lap. Is he going to be able to do his lap here though? I'm not sure.
He might let him do it with the glitch, but I'm not sure what the rules are.
No, he's going in. He's going in the pits. Alright, so that's it for this session, but good job of Milan for getting a 102.8. Insane lap time, as always from Milan. Not a bad job from him. So we got Milan, Beer, and Irish, top 3 guys, and we got Kenny and Desinho just behind them, ready to challenge them there as well, because the lap times are so pretty close, as you can see. But Milan and Beer, yeah. I think Milan and Beer definitely will be fighting it out in this race, and Irish might be getting into that as well. But Let's see how well this is gonna go. We got Jay Star there in 6th, Slayer in 7, Jinji in 8, Sadistic in 9th, and Jay Hartnell in 10th. I think that's gonna be it for the session.
We're on to the race now. Luckily for us, I'm pretty sure there's a formation lap, so we have a little bit of a break just to catch a breath.
Yeah, definitely after that.
102.8, that's insane. I don't think I've ever actually seen a time close to that in any other league.
I haven't seen a 102 at Austria since I've been streaming or playing F1 online as well. It's the first time I'm seeing it, so you know, good job on Milan for getting this done. This guy gets faster and faster as he goes with this. But I think, you know, he's challenging other drivers in the league to, you know, keep up with him. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of improvement from a lot of these drivers trying to catch Milan. So I think we're going to be seeing some, you know, drivers getting a lot faster. So there's going to be a lot of competition happening with the guys in the league. So I don't think it's going to be, you know, as we usually have at Milan, driving by himself out front, you know, by at least 20, 30, 50 seconds out in front. I think we're going to stop seeing that now.
Yep. Ooh, a gloomy race start. Is it possibly intermediate?
It might be inters.
Halfway through.
But definitely,
because it looks like it's not quite raining, but it's going to rain soon. So I'm not sure if it's going to clear up or get wetter. Maybe that's why a lot of drivers decide to come out in softs, because the rain's going to come so early on that there's no point even thinking about the mediums, because the rain's going to be there by the time the softs start to drop off.
Yeah, so they just want to be on the fastest tires to go. But I think we do have one driver starting on mediums, so hopefully that strategy works out for him. But I think it's going to be a start on dry tires here, and it might start to rain a little into this race. I'm not sure, but let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be pretty interesting, though, if we do have a dry race go on to get wet, because the track does seem like it's going to be pretty cold for the tires here, so there's not going to be 100% grip as usually we would have on a full dry race. As they do begin their formation lap there now, everyone's going to go around. I'm going to get...
I have just checked the Discord, and Kenny's saying apparently there is a wet race, so I'm assuming it's going to start raining quite early on in the race then. If it's telling the drivers that it's going to be wet at the start, I'd expect maybe 5 laps maximum until it starts to rain.
Alright, so I think we're in for a pretty interesting race here at Austria today. If it definitely is going to get wet, because you know it does separate the drivers in terms of who actually makes the correct decision on when exactly it's the right time to change onto those inters, depending on how hard this rain is coming down and how fast it's going to come down. It's gonna make all the difference in this race, because if you do change one lap too early or one lap too late, it does make you lose so much time because there's so little grip. When you're on the wrong tires, especially with these conditions as they're going to be. We know the track is going to be a little bit cooler. It's not going to be tires of the temperature as you would expect. You're going to be losing grip at some points a little bit more than others. So the drivers are going to want to be careful in terms of race start, especially around off turns here as well.
Yep. Oh, I've noticed you just left session. Do you need another invite?
CB has left the session there. What's happening now?
I think there might be some connection issues.
I think we have some connection issues. Everyone seems to be disconnected according to what I'm seeing.
I don't think everyone is. I think only DB.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of X's right now, so I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just trying to have a look if anything is happening in the Discord. Oh, everyone's disconnected from the session. We might be having a glitch.
I'm not sure what's going on. I'll just check the Discord now.
I'm checking now as well to see what's happening here, because something doesn't seem right.
To be fine. On my screen it seems to be fine. I think the lights are about to go out soon.
Oh no, on my screen everyone seems to be disconnected. And it says everyone's left the session. I don't know if that's a... Oh.
The race has just started on my screen. Oh, there's a bit of a...
I have an error. I got an error on my end.
I'll send you another invite.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to do that. As I just got disconnected, I'm not even sure what happened there.
There you go. So, yeah, Rick isn't at the front. The positions are all mixed up once again. I think they're all starting to come through now. There are yellow flags. There seems to be no contact, I don't think. Milan's still leading. Beer following. Austrian Potato. J Sarge and Kenny battling out for 4th and 5th. Kenny dropping back to Sinu, almost making his way through. His Batterbee's making past Ace. Doiji's making past Rick's dropping a few position. I think Rick has disconnected. I'm not too sure. Jay Hartnell dropped all the way down to 20th. I'm not sure if there was contact. Ace running a little bit wide. Causes contact with Shadow Moody. That's caused a little bit of a pile up. I think both Ace... Ooh, Jay Sarge, DNF. I'm not sure what happened there. Are we going to be able to see what happened? His car's facing the wrong way. Ace breaks. Jay Hartnell's caused contact. Oh, it was safety car.
So we have a safety car. I'm back on now. Thanks for the invite on that. Barely got back on there. Let's see what we missed.
Missed quite a lot there, to be honest.
Alright, so...
a lot of contact. J Sarge by Rick's spine, and he's now pulled to safety car. Jay Hartnell's going to have to serve 5 seconds for contact with Ace Leeson under the safety car. I think Ace must have broke because of his delta, but then Jay wasn't expecting it because they were so close together, and Jay just had no time to react and hit the back of him. So I'm quite curious to see what everyone's still going out on slick tyres. Milan's still leading, followed by Beer, Irish New Potato, Kenny, Desinue, Slayer, Gingy, MX, Bartleby, Sadistic, Doiji, Trem.
Oh,
Rick,
Jay's serving a penalty in a pits.
Yep, that was for contact with Ace under the safety car, I think. Jay going on to the hard tyres. I don't think he is quite 2 minutes behind.
No, I don't think he is.
Renault seems to be going very... Oh no, that's the safety car, that's why there's a yellow dot on my screen.
It's so difficult sometimes to figure out what's going on with the way things are. So I'm just wondering how Beer is going to be able to keep up with Milan here. Now this is definitely going to show his racing skills to see how close he's going to be able to keep up with Milan when he get back racing, because he did start on mediums and everyone else on the top 10 started on softs. So I want to see how that strategy is going to work for him, because it does seem like it's going to get raining in this session pretty soon. I'm not sure, maybe by lap 7, 8, or at least by lap 10 I assume we'll be having some rain coming down.
Yeah, but I expect to see a bit of rain coming down. Trem apparently losing a position in the safety car. I'm not sure if Doiji is going to get a 5 second for that. I'm not quite sure what's going to be going on. Rick seems to have disconnected from the session, I think. All a bit confusing, to be honest, and they're still telling me Jay's 2 minutes behind. I don't think he is quite 2 minutes behind.
I'm not even sure what kind of glitch happened on my screen. I'll be honest, every single driver on my screen showed to be disconnected one after the other, and then I got an error saying there's not enough players in the session to start the race, and I got the error and got disconnected. So I've never had that error happen before. That's a new one for me.
I've never heard of that one happening before. Codemasters are clearly the masters of coding with all the glitches there are.
Definitely. And then after you said the race is getting started, I'm not sure what was happening, so it was like kind of crazy. But anyway, we're back on, we're good. Hopefully we're going to be good for the rest of the session. I don't think it was on my end. I think that was just on Codemaster's end, but my internet seems to be working perfectly well, even better than the one I had before. So that's a good sign. No other issues other than that minor disconnection, but let's see, we're going to be getting back racing pretty soon, and let's see how this is going to go. I want to see if Milan is going to be jetting off into the distance, or if Beer and Irish are going to be able to keep up with him. I think if Beer has any problems, Irish should be able to get past Beer and head out for Milan. I don't know if those two are going to want to work together on that one though.
A lot of pressure. Obviously he's going to want to try and overtake Milan, but he's on the harder combat test. It's going to be quite difficult for that. And Irish is going to be falling behind. All the drivers behind him, all the way down to 11th, are on soft tyres, so he's going to be under a lot of pressure, especially with all the cars bunched up at the safety car restart. So hopefully everything will clean. Hopefully you don't have a restart like Magello in real life. That was
oh yeah, I saw that. That was horrible to see what happened there. Hopefully we don't have that happening here. But you know, I'm not saying we're not going to have any incidents on this restart, because usually guys do try to keep a little bit close to each other when they know the safety car is going in. So sometimes there are incidents, you know, when you try to get on that clutch a little bit too early. Oh, Ace with a 5-second penalty. He collided with Shadow Moody. Just as we were talking about that, they do tend to stay a little bit too close to each other sometimes.
Ace has is missing his front left end plate, I think.
Oh, and that's the most horrible thing you can have happen, losing parts of your car during a safety car.
Milan seems to just jet off away from Beer, almost pulling a second before by looks for a second before turn 1. An amazing restart of Milan as Jay drops down to last place, followed by Aiken. Not sure how that really happened. I think once again the timing is a little bit messed up sometimes. As Trem spins it on the exit of turn 1.
Oh.
That's allowed Jay to move up into 7th. That's allowed a lot of them to move up. Jay on the hard tires battling with Moody. Now going into turn 3 side by side. Jay having the inside line is going to look to keep the position. Moody just didn't really have much space to go. There was no contact, seemed quite clean, and Jay moves past Moody quite nicely there. Moody's going to want to watch out from Trem behind. He's on the soft tires, Moody on the medium, so Trem should, in theory, catch up to Shadow Moody and Jay Hartnell quite quickly. Almost getting an overtake on Jay there. Just having to back out as Jay giving him a little bit of a squeeze. Going back up to the top, Irish New Potato, very, very close to Bielsa now.
I'm just following them here right now to see what's happening. Milan is gaining out front. 1.7 seconds is the lead off of Beer already. Irish is going to want to try and get ahead and catch up to Milan as fast as he can here, but he's going to be held up by Beer just a little bit until he can get past that racing point. And he does have Desinio and Kenny coming right behind him as well, so a lot of pressure on Irish right now. And Beer is going to have to try and do something, because it's not going to be easy to keep Irish behind, which I think it might not be for long more, as Irish is right on the rear of his car right now.
Looking back down the grid, the two Mercedes of Deutsche and Rick can be battling quite well. Jay seems to have spun it on the exit of turn 1. Quite a common place to spin. So he's dropped down. CB also spinning on the exit of turn 3, the other place where we see a lot of drivers spinning out. So maybe the track's just getting a bit cold and damp. Rick moves past Doji. Doji went very wide into turn 4, I think that was.
Oh,
Monkey Mafia looking to make a move on the Mercedes now.
I think one of the Mercedes might be disconnected as Slayer gets a move done on Kenny here, apparently.
Yep, I can confirm that. And now DRS is being enabled. Now it's going to get really interesting. All the cars within a second of the car ahead are going to have the DRS, and Bielsa seems to be an AI there. That's allowed Irish people to get very close. Gesdar DRS, he's kind of switching his overtake on and off. Jay Hartnell and I think that was Trem both getting 2-cent penalties. Is Irish going to make a move on to Bielsa to turn 3? No, he doesn't.
Oh, he is not. He's not getting a gap to go on as yet, because Beer is trying to keep him behind. Doing an excellent job of it as well on those medium tires.
Yeah, but CB Gaming has spun it at the last corner, and Desinio moves.
Oh, Desinio moves up.
A lot of position changes there. Slayer and Kenny very close together behind, so going to watch out there. Doji very, very close to Monkey Mafia. They're going side by side into turn 4. Doji has the inside line. Is Monkey Mafia going to get the switch back done?
Oh, he is trying for it. He gets it done.
I think Doji's going to have to wait until the DRS straight to get a move done now. There's quite a few gaps kind of starting to open now. Desinio's trying to stick it very close to Bielsa. Irish Tail going behind him. Behind him is Slayer. There's a nice bit of a DRS train all the way from 2nd to I think that's 6th. MX very, very close to Gingy. Has the DRS, gets seemingly a better exit out of the first turn. He has the DRS, he uses the overtake.
Oh, he's getting that done.
Is Gingy going to be able to get move done into the turn 4? There's yellow sector 2, that is a no.
Is that an AlphaTauri or a Red Bull? I think it's an AlphaTauri, I'm not sure.
The AlphaTauri CB Gaming.
I think so, yeah. Oh, Desinio now up.
Desinio moves past Beal.
I think Desinio is getting a little bit impatient here. He wants to catch Milan. He's saying, you guys are letting him get away, so just let me go by. He gets by. He's up in the P2 now, running down to catch Milan. 3.5 seconds.
Irish New Potato has spotted. CB Gaming retiring from the session. He retired in the pits. And there is wing damage on Irish New Potato, unfortunately. That's allowing quite a few people. He's having a bit of trouble getting back, facing the right way. He did seem to be quite well stuck into the wall there.
Oh, he definitely is going to have a lot of trouble.
Past Doiji. Trem also going new. Doiji losing 2 positions on one corner there. One a little bit wide. There is yellow flag in sector 1. Who's this now? There's a lot of stuff going on all at once here.
It's a lot of stuff to follow. So Shadow and Trem right now very close to each other. We're following along with them as we're trying to have a look at it in front as well. If Disinio is going to be breaking the gap down.
Making a move on Gingy into turn 3. Sorry to cut you off there, but these two got very close and very close. Oh, there's a bit of contact from behind Statistic King. I think just about hitting Batterby. That DRS, it makes it really difficult to break. You want to break a little bit earlier than usual. Both Doiji and Irish New Potato drop positions. They're both in the pits now. But Bia just losing a little bit of time each lap to Disinio. I don't think he's going to be able to quite keep up. Although he is on the medium size, they should last longer. And apparently there's a wet race, so I think maybe Bia's going to try and make these mediums stretch all the way up until it's time to move on to presumably Inters.
I think that's what he's trying to do right now. Hopefully, for his sake, he's going to have to hope that everyone running on soft is going to have to pit before the rain does come down. If it's actually going to come down here, I'm not sure. But the weather is in a situation in which it does look like it's going to start raining at least halfway through the race, if not quarter way through. So we're going to see how that goes. Gap is being broken down to 3.2 seconds. I was up to 3.7 as I got Batterby. Yeah, Batterby getting past Gingy. Batterby is now up into 7.
Batterby, so he's moved past Gingy. I did see those two get very close just before I switched off to George spitting. Haas is just not having a very great race. Oh, we are migrating host. CB Gaming.
CB has left, yeah.
That causes the host to migrate.
So both Sarge and CB Gaming out of the race. 18 drivers still remaining. We still got a large number. Irish running all the way down at 18th now, so he's going to have to work his way back up to get into the top, at least 5 into the race if he can do it, which probably he should be able to, provided the strategy works out for him.
Yeah. Sadistic looking to move, make a move on his fellow Scotsman, Gingy, going, well, into the triple DRS zone pretty much. You've got the DRS zone at start finish. After turn 1 you've got the DRS, and then after turn 3 you've got the DRS zone. So it's kind of a bit of a DRS train. You really don't want to have someone stuck in your DRS because odds are they're gonna get past.
Definitely so, as Milan is working pretty hard out front. Oh, we got Sadistic and Gingy.
Move into turn 3. Statistic takes the wide lane, he's going to be able to get the switch back. He goes a much better exit by the looks of it. He gets on the overtake, gets on the DRS. Looks like he's got past his. Gingy going to make a move into turn 4. I don't think so. Statistic seems to have moved a little bit too far out of reach.
No, Gingy's going to have to hold it there for now. He is going to try and find a gap here, but not getting close enough.
Going past Ace on the start-finish straight. Ace seemed to be quite slow. I'm not sure if he lifted off to let Doiji past her. The DRS was really just that strong.
He is using the DRS and overtake on Doiji now, trying to get him going into this corner. I'm not sure if he's going to push it. He is, and I'm not sure how well this is going to go. They have a bit of minor contact.
Together. Doiji just gets past as Ace has to go very, very slow to avoid making more contact and completely just pushing Doiji off the track there, I think. See a few drivers starting to get penalties, and I think that last corner is really
Ace loses it.
Luckily he avoids the wall. Oh, I think he reset the track.
I think he did reset the track there as well. Oh, Gingy is in the pits.
Gingy going on to the hard tyres now. I think he's the first driver, no, not the first driver to have pitted. I think he's the first driver to have pitted that wasn't under safety car. But Batterby chasing up Kenya. He's at the triple progress. He's got nice and close. Is he going to make a move into turn 4? He's a bit too far behind, but they are both chasing up Annex Watson. So that's going to be interesting to watch. As Kenny just slightly loses the rear, but not enough to really cause him to lose any time. Also going to want to watch out for Jordan Ginge, as Jordan on the medium tyres should be a little bit faster than Gingy, although they might start to be dropping off now, but I wouldn't have thought so considering we see so many drivers still on the soft tyres after 11 laps.
Not going to see how this is going to go.
2. Shadow Moody's turn to spin now. We see a lot of drivers spinning it today. Maybe the track is quite cold, so the tyres just really aren't at the optimal temperature.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit of an overcast weather here, which is causing that to happen. As we got Batterby trying a move with, well, Statistic beside him going. Oh,
Kenny
that'll
just
be
didn't
good.
seem to get a good exit there.
That'll be good. Done.
Finally moved past Kenny as Beerson moves past Desinho.
Oh, now that was interesting.
Surprised me, but I didn't really see that coming. Wasn't paying too much attention to the top guy. Sorry there. There's yet another yellow flag in sector 3. We see, I think, that Shadow Moody coming into the pits now. Yep, Shadow Moody in the pits, I presume, to maybe change away. Maybe his tyres, that gravel really rips into your tyres.
It does cause a lot of damage. As I got this Desinho chasing down Beersil. He doesn't want to give up that P2. He was enjoying himself out in front trying to catch Milan. Milan is just getting an advantage out of the battle that's happening behind of him right now, though. He is trying to keep the gap. He's trying to take it over 4 seconds, but not getting that done right now. Oh, Milan pits.
At the moment, he's going on to the, what tyres are those? He has served a penalty, I think that's the hard tyres. If he goes on to the hard tyres, now it's Desinho and Beersil battling for P1 and 2. Well, provisionally, we're not sure if they're going to stay that way, but stay on board to see how well they can keep those top 2 positions.
Let's see where Milan comes out as he goes on to hards. So which means he plans to finish the race.
Place.
Yeah.
Kenny into the pits now, coming on to hards. Yeah, sector 2 and 3, what's going on there?
I got Beer and Desinho getting extremely close, dangerously close with each other for a second there. I think Desinho is trying to get a really good gap to get go on Beer here right now. He knows Beer is on the slower tires. He knows he can take him, but just to get that gap is not always that easy, especially with a lot of these turns going around. So he's going to have to try and get this done safely and without any damage.
Yep.
And avoid penalties at the same time.
Desinho, he's going to have the DRS. Beersil isn't going to have the DRS, and Desinho is on the softer type, but maybe they've gone a bit too long. They're starting to drop off now. We've seen quite a few of the soft tyre drivers start to pit for hard now, so I think...
Yeah, he is going a bit wide, so I think those tires are starting... definitely I can see the wear on the tires if I go on board with Desinho right now, so those tires are starting to give up on him right now. Beer tires, however, are going to go a lot longer than those softs on Desinho's car, so Desinho is going to be careful.
Sadistic man gets past Sadistic in the DRS. Shadow Moody following behind. I think he has... Yep, Shadow Moody's been lapped, unfortunately, so he's not in contention for a place with Sadistic. As Gingy moves past Trem, as Trem goes into the pits, I presume he'll go on to the hard tires like a lot of the other drivers. Sadistic just trying to hang on to the coattails of Milan now. He does have the DRS, so he's hoping to get Todor in Milan's DRS and hopefully get past him, I would have thought.
Might be trying for that, but these guys on soft tires are now 14 laps old. Those tires are gonna be worn, definitely really worn. So it's not gonna be easy to keep up with a car with fresher tires, even though those tires are hard on Milan's car. He is gonna be insanely fast on them.
Beersil into the pits.
Oh, they've all pitted at the same time. Slayer as well is pitting behind them. MX pits behind them as well. So it's a train of pit stops happening out front. As Barabee now takes the lead of the race, and Milan is already back up into P2 because of their pit stops there, and he's 2 seconds behind Barabee and gaining time as he goes.
Barabee needs to watch out. His softs at 15 laps, they're really going to start dropping off now, because we've seen quite a lot of drivers switch onto the hard. The hards are getting fastest laps consistently now, so I think those softs are so worn. Barabee's just going to have to... I think he's going to end up pitting this lap, if not this lap, then next, because I really don't think those softs are going to last too long. But Beersil just hanging on coattails with Rick. I don't think Rick is in the session. He has been staying competitive, so I'm not too sure.
No, his car is disconnected right now, so I'm not sure what's happening in that case there, but we're going to just ignore that for the moment. As Milan gets 1.1 seconds behind Barabee, getting pretty close, increasing his, well, decreasing the gap between them, I would say, as a lap finishes here. And he might be getting past. Yeah, he was already getting past. Barabee pits.
Oh, Barabee's gone into the pits, that's why. Yeah, Beersil getting past Rick. Desinho also getting past Rick. He's going to have the DRS on Beersil. I don't think Beersil is going to have DRS, unfortunately, so Desinho is really going to start closing in that gap to Beer now. Once again, Milan, Beer and Desinho all in the top 3. I expect we'll see those 3 finish on the podium stats.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Milan trying to keep a gap out in front. Now 5.9 seconds is his lead off of Beer after those pit stop rotations. So it's going to be interesting to see between Beer and Desinho now what's going to happen there. because Desenio is chasing down Beer as we speak, and they're on different tires again running.
George setting the fast lap of 106.3. He is on soft tires. He's the only driver that's pitted and gone back onto the soft. He's making a lot of time on Deutsch now. They both have DRS, so it's not too easy, but he is on the fresher soft. I think he's going to go for a move into turn 3. He brakes early to avoid the contact. Doji going quite deep in that corner. Very close to making contact with Jay Hartnell. Luckily enough, both of them, he doesn't. And George has the DRS, gets past Doji. I don't think Doji does have the DRS, but he's not using his overtake. Jay Hartnell defending them both off. He is on the hards, I think. He must go on the hards after the first safety cars. Doji gets a 3-second time penalty, and he span it. I'm not sure if there was any contact.
Oh, that's Desenio with the fastest lap now.
Yep, as the two Hasses are battling it out for 11th and 12th. George very, very close. As MX moves past Kenny, going up into 5th now. And Desenio looking to close that gap to Beer still.
Desenio is going to be chasing Beer until the end of this race, I assume, here. And trying to get past.
We just see George hit the curb a little bit too much, and that's his front wing almost completely gone. He has to reverse out of that. I expect we'll see him go straight into the pits now. That's good news for Jay Hartnell. He's not going to be under as much pressure as Kenny has the DRS on MX. They're having quite a good battle, it seems. MX gets the run into the corner, but Kenny
and they switch it.
Back. Very nice move from Kenny there. Very good racing for both of them. There is yellow flags in sector 1. I think that was the pass. I'm not too sure. But Bartleby close behind MX. He might be looking to get possibly a double overtake with these two battling. Desenio seeing almost an equal distance away from Pierce. Quite surprising considering they're, well, Desenio's on the softer compounded tyres, so Pierce should, in theory, be losing time.
Should seem so. Let's see, I still got MX and Kenny still fighting it out. I got Batterby just behind MX as well. So a pretty close gap between the three of them as they continue to go.
Irish Noob 2 chasing up Jay Hartnell as well down in 12th place. He's just going to have the DRS. Is he going to use his overtake? No, he tries to get in the slipstream. He doesn't use his overtake yet, but he's gaining a lot of time. Maybe on this next DRS race, he's going to be able to make him. Can't make a move into turn 1. He seems to get a much better exit. Jay getting just a little bit squirrely on the exit. And that's Irish Noob 2 plus. I don't think Jay's going to be able to battle it out into the next corner. So I'll switch back up. MX has dropped the place to Batterby.
Yeah, Batterby got past. Between the three of them, Kenny did hold out the lead onto P5, and Batterby got the move done on MX there.
Yep, back up to Desenio, still trying. Oh, there's a virtual safety car. What happened there?
Oh, Doji retired.
Oh, he spun it on the exit of turn 3. Very dangerous.
I see his car there.
Go. So that's a virtual safety car. It's quite surprising seeing a virtual safety car for DNF there. Very close to the track, but I suppose it is on the inside. Not many drivers get that close to the inside unless they crash.
Yeah, I think that's why it is a VSC, but a VSC should end pretty shortly here. And you know, I don't know, maybe it's all the excitement we'll be having in this race. It seems that we've gone to lap 20 already, and it seems to have gone by pretty quickly, I'll be honest with you, in terms of me sitting here watching this. So just about 16 laps left to go. Not bad for the race so far. We still got 17 drivers left in it, and it's been an interesting battle out front, except for Milan leading the race. And we're back racing again, so it's Beer and Desenio still going at it, half a second the gap between the two of them. And I'm just looking to see where else we have a close gap. Where is Irish? Irish is running, oh, he's in the pits right now.
Yeah, but he pitted onto the medium tyres. I think the only close-ish battle is Monkey Mafia and Jay Hartnell. Monkey Mafia does seem to be closing the gap quite a bit when I started looking at his time, but he was on the DRS straight, so I'm not sure if Jay's going to be able to pull away again. So go back up to the battle between Desenio and Bielsa. Desenio having the DRS, he's not using his overtake, he's trying to stick in that slipstream as much as he can. Actually, the car in front kind of punches a hole through the air, stopping that air resistance on the car behind.
Yeah, it does actually do. So he's trying to keep there to try and save himself time as much as he can right now. But it is an interesting battle between Beer and Desenio, because between the two of them, Beer has always been on the slower tire compared to Desenio when we started the race. It's still the same situation here. But Beer is being able to actually keep his car out in front of the Sinio. He's not allowing or giving the Sinio a gap to go on here. So excellent driving from both drivers, I gotta say, because the Sinio gets extremely close to Beer on a lot of occasions in terms of in the course of one lap. Oh, and the Sinio just got a 3-second penalty, so he is pushing pretty hard to try and get the move done.
Talking about drivers pushing hard, Kenny almost pushing it a bit too hard. I've seen him go into the grass just a few little times, not complete, but just nip it in the grass just a little bit, allowing Bartleby to get very close. Bartleby being on the fresh soft type, he should be able to get past relatively soon, I would have thought. But it's Sinio very, very close to Beerson. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make the move. Getting very close into turn 3. Both of them seem to get a decent exit.
Gonna have the DRS, has everything.
No.
I'm just trying to follow both at the same time.
Can't quite make a move into turn 1, unfortunately, but he's going to be looking to make a move on the next 2 DRS straights. As the seems to drop back just the tiniest amount of Biesa.
Oh, Bartleby is going for it. Bartleby goes alongside.
Oh, they're going side by side into turn 3. Bartleby has the inside. Can he get a switch back? He has done that a few times, but no.
No, he's not going to get it.
Soft is going to grip the road a lot more in the mediums.
That was a pretty good move from Bartleby there.
Getting on the DRS there, he did have DRS, but he didn't activate it, so that was a bit unusual to see. Ace going on another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As Jord closing in on Ace now. Move up just another position. Very close into turn 1. Gez on the overtake, Gez on the DRS, tries to stay in the slipstream as much as possible. They are both on hard tyres. Ace having the hard for one lap pressure. Jord gets ahead, Ace just a little bit of a tap. Jord loses back a little bit, and Ace seems to have disconnected for a millisecond there. He has lost his front left end plate again, unfortunately. Bias is still holding off the Sinio very well. Kenny struggling to keep up with Bartleby, it seems. But Monkey Mafia also gaining a lot of time on Jay Hartley. He's going to have the DRS. He's using the overtake. He's trying to take as much advantage of that slipstream as possible. Is there going to be a move done into turn 3? They are. I think they're going to go side by side into turn 3. Jay's going to have the inside line. He seems to back out, slots in behind Monkey Mafia, and that's Monkey Mafia up into 11th. Jay Hartnell maybe losing his rear just a tiny little bit on the exit there, but kept it all nice and straight. Didn't end up in the wall. So great driving from both of them there. Ball with Kenny now. His Bartleby's also closed up to his teammate Sadistic King.
Gap is half a second between the two of them now. That's getting pretty close, pretty quick.
Yep. Oh, Bartleby getting a really good exit out of the final turn. He gets on the DRS, he gets on the overtake, he gets past Sadistic quite easily, it seems. I'm not sure if there was a bit of team orders there. I know most of the grid were in a party together.
There might have been that happening, I'm not sure, but that did seem pretty smooth.
Past.
Oh, so it's a bit of a rivalry between the two of them. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it's definitely they're racing each other here.
Jay Hartnell finally coming off his hards after 21 laps. That was a long time to spend on one compounded tyre.
I see he's going on mediums here now and getting back out.
Yeah, but I think those mediums should quite comfortably last 11 laps, I would have thought, by the way we've seen some drivers take them. Sadistic just catching up to Rick, because Rick seems to be away from his car, but his car seems to be going very fast for an AI.
I think Rick's been disconnected for quite a bit for this race here now, so I'm not sure what's happening with his car there. I don't know if he got disconnected and wasn't able to get back on. It's possible that might have happened. I'm not sure as yet. I can't confirm it, but maybe at the end of the race we'll know what happened there. But his car will be ghosted, so Sadistic can just drive through it, as he is about to do. Yep, he is going for it right now. And has Bartleby coming right by him.
Just go straight through him. Right, yellow flag in sector 2. What happened? That's a Haas. I think that is George. Yes, he's spanning it again. Taking a while to move there. Unfortunately, Jordan having the best of races. Kenny also getting past Rick. Unfortunately for Kenny and Bartleby. Well, no, unfortunately for Kenny, Bartleby's also going to have the DRS. The DRS isn't really going to help him out too much. It's going to help him maybe stay with him, but with Bartleby having the DRS up in front, it's not going to make too much of a difference. Sadistic King's going to want to watch out because both Bartleby and Kenny are going to have DRS, so he's going to have to try and defend from 2 drivers. He might possibly let Bartleby go, being teammates, and then try and hold up Kenny a little bit. I'm not quite too sure.
All depends on what kind of strategy they're really going to run, as Bartleby gets a go at Sadistic again.
They're going to go side by side into turn 1. Kenny cuts the corner just a little bit wide.
They're still going side by side.
Exit, but ooh,
Kenny coming up.
3 wide for a split second there.
Yeah, it
Sadistic
was.
losing 2 positions, and Kenny diving up the outside of Bartleby. Bartleby takes the inside line. They're going side by side. Bartleby gets the DRS. Unfortunately, Kenny doesn't, but he is using his overtake to just keep it there. Very close racing between these two. Going side by side into what I like to call Albon corner.
That's a pretty good name for it.
Hamilton and Albon, luckily, keeping it nice and clean. They're going side by side. Still
fighting it.
Insane racing from the both of them.
And neither of them is giving up.
Oh, I think Kenny just slotting in behind Bartleby after what was quite a lengthy battle. That was some extremely clean racing.
Oh, he's still getting pretty close. I don't think this is over as yet, as we might see another move happening into turn 1, because he's going to get a DRS going down that straight again. I don't know if he's going to get close enough into it, but let's see. No, he seems to be, falling back. Yes, maybe a little bit.
Ooh, Desinio and Bias again, very, very close. I did see a switch of position for a split second there. Desinio again on the overtake, just a second to try and catch up Biasa. Is he going to be able to get the move done the next time? I think Kenny's going to be able to move past Bartleby going into turn 3. He has the outside line, he's going to be able to make the switch back up. No, he doesn't. He does have the overtake on the DRS, so that's going to be interesting to watch that battle unfold. Desinio and Bias are still getting very close as they approach the
there
DRS,
we go again.
Start straight.
Kenny's past both Bartleby and Sadistic now, still fighting it out.
It's a great 3-way battle here. Kenny just brushing that grass against Sadistic, trying to keep up with his teammate Bartleby. Bartleby seems to get a much better exit out of that corner. Kenny getting the dive on the entry to the next corner. But Rick also catching up behind. Rick going for a move on Sadistic. They're going to go side by side. See, Rick is...
he's still disconnected, yeah. Interestingly enough, Beer and Desinio fighting it out has actually helped Beer catch up to Milan, because it was about 3.7 seconds. The gap is now down to about 2.9.
Contact between Desinio and Beer. I think Desinio has just lost an end plate there. He's gonna have a bit of understeer now. Yep, you can see it going through these next few corners. I think this might allow Beer to kind of pull away now.
So that battle might be on pause, at least for the rest of the race, I'm not sure. Or maybe Desinio is going to be able to still keep up with Beer, we're not sure as yet. He is on a faster tire here, so hopefully he's going to be able to keep up, even with a end plate missing.
Unfortunately, he has dropped out the DRS, so I do think this is Beer's chance to just hurry into Rich, use that overtake and just pull away as much as he can.
But hopefully this gives Beer a chance to actually catch up to Milan.
Yellow flag to secretary. I think that's the McLaren Shadow Moody. Yep, he has spun it. He's going into the pits by the looks of it. I can't see if he has rim damage.
Is.
I'm not sure if there was any contact which caused him to spin. But I'll keep an eye on the incidents page after the race, see if anything happens.
So we got Beer 2.8 seconds behind Milan. Now that time is now starting to drop. It was 3 seconds, as I was saying it about a minute ago, when it was 3.7 seconds before. The battle between Desinio and Beer helped them to catch up. Let's see if that gap is going to go under 2 seconds, which is going to actually let us know that, there might be a fight happening for a pole position for the race. Not sure as yet, as it's now 2.6, 2.5 seconds. Time is dropping as we speak. Beer is working on getting away from Desinio and catching up to Milan now.
Kenny is extremely close to this is Gingy now that he has fought very well and he's dragged Bartleby along with him. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in these next few corners. Gingy on 16 lap hold hards, so the 2 drivers behind him should seem to be able to get past relatively easy, but is Gingy going to be able to defend from them is the real question. Both Kenny and Bartleby are going to have DRS, so Gingy's going to be under a lot of threat for these next few corners. Unfortunately, Kenny can't quite get past, but he's going to have DRS. He has a lot more speed going into the corner. can't quite carry it out of the corner. He's using the DRS, he's using the overtake, he's in the slip through. Is he going to go for a move into turn 3? He gets past turn 3, Ginger's going to be able to make the switch. No, he can't. Barbie very close behind. Is Barbie going to be able to get past?
Barbie tries to take it on the inside, but I think he has to hold back for just a moment at least.
Unfortunately, Barbie couldn't quite get past. He seemed to lose our rear end just a little bit on the exit of turn 3, which allowed Gingy just to pull out enough of a gap for him to not be able to overtake the DRS. But looking back, Trem seems to have closed the gap to Monkey Mafia quite nicely, so he'll be looking to make a move sometime in the next 5 laps, I would have thought. There's only 5 laps of the race remaining. Where did the time go?
I know, I'm just saying that as well. So we're coming down right down to the end of the race in about 5 laps time. And I think just under 5 lap here. So it just so much time only left for Beer to try and get a move done on Milan. But even if you can catch it and get the gap down to under a second, I think that's pretty impressive. I think we're getting somewhere in this league where the guys catching up to Milan, because the gap is still only 2 seconds now, as Beer is still chasing him down. So that's pretty impressive, because usually Milan is above 20 seconds out ahead in front, leading the race, and that gap is going down as we speak. Trying to see who else is close. I still got this is GG chasing down Kenny here. Gap is just under a second though.
Almost went for the move into turn 3. Didn't quite get a good exit. Are they going to make a move into Hamilton corner? Oh, they are side by side. There's a little bit of contact. Barbie runs the tiniest bit wide, but I think he's come up better. No, Gingy's coming back up his inside. Is he going to be able to make it stick through the next section of the track? He takes the outside line, Barbie on the inside, trying to avoid contact quite well. Gingy goes a little bit wide. Barbie still side by side. Barbie takes the inside line. Gingy just powers through.
I think it's going to hold there now. That was a pretty interesting battle for a little bit going on there, and I actually was so close that Gingy almost lost an end plate to Badaby's rear tire as he was starting that battle a few corners ago. He's in another 3-second penalty. Oh, I got a gap between...
He now has the DRS back on Barbie. Obviously, Gingy and Barbie slowing down a little bit out through that battle. They're not going to be able to take the ideal fastest line. Barbie having the overtake, having the DRS. He gets past Gingy quite easily. Looks like he's going to rack up quite a bit of a gap. So statistics, is it going to be a move into turn 3? He's going to go for the dive bomb. He does go for the dive bomb. He gets quite late on the brake. Cuts the corner just a little bit. Gingy powers through. This is going to have the DRS and he doesn't use the overtakes. Gingy also has the DRS, so that's not looking too good for statistics. Maybe on the next few DRS routes he might be able to get past. There's a little bit of a dive bomb into the next corner. He's on the fast side, he is allowed to brake later. It looks to be that he's got the move done. That's Gingy down another position.
And that's Beer with a 3-second penalty. That's going to hurt his chances with Milan here now. Even though we're on lap 33 of 36, he's getting so close, 1.5 seconds behind Milan. I don't think Milan has any penalties, but Beer just got one. So Desenio, if he can try to get the gap a bit smaller, it will help him.
Going side by side into the little corner. Oh, I think Trem just gave Irish Noob to a little bit of a tap on the rear there. Just enough to make him lose traction for a little bit. Irish Noob Potatoes going for the outside line on his teammate. He used up all of that curve, trying not to cause contact. He does get in front and Trem slots in behind. That was quite tense there after that little bit of contact. I thought maybe Irish Noob Potatoes' race could have been over.
I thought someone was about to crash out, as I did switch to them there, because seeing that Red Bull a bit unstable. As let's see, well, Rick is still disconnected. He is getting troublesome, but still running in 10. Not sure what's going to become that situation as yet.
Gonna look to make a move on Ace into turn 3. He has the overtake, he has the DRS just getting off the overtake. He can't quite make a move into turn 3, he does back off.
And we got a gap between Beer and Milan under a second. This is interesting to see happen.
Did Milan
might have made a mistake. I think he made a mistake. It's like the only explanation right now. So let's see.
He has the DRS. He is on 2 laps fresher type, so he might be able to get past you. George does get past Ace.
He's gonna try and go for it. He's gonna have to be very careful about this. I think he's still gonna get second with a 3-second penalty if he gets past, because there's only so much time left in the race. But it will be so exciting to see a driver get past Milan and take the lead from the race from him.
Yep, just checking Milan. He doesn't seem to have any penalties.
I don't think he does, as they're still going at it here. They're going to be going to lap 35 pretty soon, as Beer is still chasing him. That gap is so close, as Jay, I think, just got a move done on Irish there. he has DRS. Let's see what's going to happen going into turn 1. There might be a dive bomb happening. I'm not sure.
Oh, there's a little bit of a
tap.
Fiesta goes a little bit wide, maybe not ready to get past Milan yet, maybe hoping that keeping the pressure on him will cause him to make a mistake, and then he can open up a gap and get rid of that penalty.
I think that's what he's trying to do right now. I think it's the only thing he's actually hoping for is that Milan makes another significant mistake before we get into lap 36, so he can just get past and get a 3-second time going.
Side by side into turn 4.
Oh, here we go.
There's just an ounce of contact. Ooh.
There was some contact between them. Beer gets past. Milan is now in second. This is going to be interesting going into the final lap pretty soon. Let's see how far ahead Beer can get. Milan has no damage, so I'm not sure what's happening here. If the tires are just a little bit off on him right now. They're 20 laps old.
We are on the final, going into the final lap of the Grand Prix. It's very interesting end. Are we going to have a photo finish or a penalty is going to play a point? Oh,
that was Trem going into the wall there.
He doesn't DNF, but he's just past the pit entry, so he's going to have to go around for a full lap with no front wing. That's going to cost him a lot of time. That allows his teammate to get past, I assume. I think maybe Shadow Moody and Ace might be able to also get past.
Might be. So this is going to be pretty exciting here. I know Beer is just going to end up back in second with that penalty that he has, but it's just so exciting to actually see if he can actually beat Milan in this race.
Ooh, Irish New Potato moving past Jay Howell. Jay Howell he's going very, very slow.
Not sure what's happening at the back there. I'm just trying to keep an eye out in front here to see what's happening. I think Beer's about to get his gap above a second. If he can just get a little bit further, but still not going to be able to help get rid of the penalty here. And he does. It's going and coming a bit.
I think Jay might be having some technical troubles. He somehow ran out of fuel already.
That is... Alright, so here we go to the end of the race. Beer goes across the line, P1. Milan goes across second, now goes over to first because of that penalty for Beer has. We got Desinio coming across for third here. So that's P3 for him. Slayer goes across P4. Let's see if he keeps the P4. I think he should. Oh, no, Desinio loses it. Penalty is coming to play. So Desinio down to P4, Slayer and P3.
Podium there, unfortunately.
I got MX coming around P5. I got Kenny coming in for P6. I don't know if anything else is going to change this yet. We got Barnaby coming for 7th.
And Gingy's going to be able to make it past the line. No, his penalty.
Oh, Sadistic moves up.
Sadistic moves up into 6th. Rick 7th. Kenny 8th. Bobby 9th. And Gingy
10th. That was a lot of position changes. Monkey Mafia in 11th. And Irish goes 12th. Trem in 13, Gerard 14, Shadow Moody is, let's see who Gerard is going to finish it.
Before the finish line.
Oh.
But Ace is going to keep 17th as he finished his race before he could make it past Jay's DNF. God, there is another migrating host. Jay's left the session.
That was a pretty interesting finish.
Interesting race.
Oh, driver of the day goes to Rick. Now, I don't know how this one is going to play out because Rick was disconnected for the entire race. So, I'm not sure how that one is going to play out if we're going to have to see like another driver of the day for it. But I think that's going to have to be worked out in the Discord because there was talk from the sponsor about giving a prize out for driver of the day. Of course, if he was disconnected, I'm not sure if that will be valid still. I don't think it will be. But I'll leave that up to the guys and the stewards in the Discord.
Yep.
So I gotta say,
huge congratulations in order for all of our podium finishers. They all drove an amazing race today.
That was an excellent race, I gotta say, especially for Beer getting past Milan just before the end of this race, even though he still got P2, but still that was an interesting race. That one penalty made such a difference for him there. So Milan takes pole position for the race, Beer slots in P2 and Slayer in third. Not bad for the AlphaTauri there. Desinio goes fourth, MX in 5th, Sadistic in 6th, Rick in 7th, but he was disconnected for the entire race, so I'm not sure how that works out. Kenny in 8th, Badby 9th, Gingy 10th, Monkey Mafia 11th. So if it does work out, I'm not sure if Rick is going to have to be removed from the leaderboard there, then that moves Monkey Mafia up into 10th, then Irish a 12 in move as well. Then Trem in 13th, Shadow Moody in 14th, and let's see who is after that. We got George, Genji Horton, Ace, Doiji, and CB Gaming and Sarge. So quite a few drivers didn't finish. Quite a lot of penalties. Irish got 4 penalties. Surprising to see that.
I think he was pushing so hard to get back up to the top that he thought maybe he could just risk getting the penalties and just try and build his way back up, but unfortunately he couldn't quite do it.
I think he did try, yeah. Yes, so unfortunate for Red Bull for today, but excellent race from you know, everyone. So for the entire session, it was an exciting race from start to finish. I gotta say, especially that finish. We did have quite a lot of position change, so that was a lot of fun to watch. It's been fun getting back to racing on my side. I know you've probably been racing throughout the week there, Jack, but yeah, it was pretty exciting race. I'm surprised it didn't rain. I did expect it to, but I guess it was just an overcast for the entire session. But it did cool down the track a little bit, and affect as we saw the performance in terms of tire traction and stuff. But overall, yeah, great doing comms with you again. So thanks a lot for joining me and doing this.
Been a pleasure, mate. Thanks for joining me as well. Back in the comm box. I know you missed last race, and to be honest, it's quite difficult being solo comms, but it's always nice to it's always nice to come with you. I think.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun being on with you as well. So I look forward to again next week. So I guess I will see everyone again next week online here for All Stars for the next track, which I have no idea which is at the moment. I haven't checked everything out. I've been only on Discord for like the morning, so I'm not sure what the next track is.
The next track should be... Oh, what did we just do? We just did Austria, right?
Is it Silverstone?
So the next race will be Great Britain on the 10th of October.
Oh, it is Silverstone. Now, that's going to be an exciting one to have. So definitely I'm looking forward to that. I'm not missing that one under no circumstance. So it's going to be an exciting one. I look forward to next week, Jack. So I'll see you then.
I'll see you then, mate.
All right.